Good evening, and welcome. It's 7 o'clock, and this Angela is late once again. Uh, she's never on time, never, never at all. Anyway, um, if you want to know my name is Angela B Spragg, and tonight, welcome to my show, Talking Life. Yeah, welcome to my show, Talking Life. Yes. Yes, my name tonight is Angela B Spragg. She's always late. And yes, do you like my hair? I had my hair cut the other day, and I walked on the road the other day and it was winding. I was ringing the bells and everything at my church and everything. Oh, lovely. Anyway, here we go.
My name is Angela B Spragg. What's all that about? You can't nick my identity. Hello.
Hello. Well, I was just kind of like, I thought, come on, because you were, um, about an hour late. So I thought, well, I'll get everybody
No,
going.
I was on the prompt, 7 o'clock, backstage. Somebody was saying they are Angela Spragg.
Oh, I
I
was.
was
I'm, I'm Angela's. Yes, anyway, ignore this lady next door. Anyway, welcome to my thingy. Ching, 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 ching. Welcome to my program, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Angela, and it's Talking Life. And tonight we're going to talk about um, are we all alcohols in the UK? Alcoholics? Yes, we are. No, we all got a joy on it's Friday night. You know what I mean? Friday night. We all got to get drunk on Steve's program, Crossroads Podcast UK. Yes. Yeah.
you know,
Go on, Angela. Go on, Angela. I'm only joking.
you know what? Last Friday, I had a gin and tonic before I started
Right.
talking life. Because it was one of those, I was in the mood, and I, if I'm in the mood, I drink. So then I had another one, right, during talking life, and it was rather strong. I thought, it's only an hour. I'll take a few sips. I'll be all right. And then I had another one after talking life. I thought I'm doing all right, Okay, I'm feeling a little bit woozy. My only some of my words were slurry. So I thought, yeah, we can deal with that. I had about tiny bit left in the bottle. I thought, should I? I thought, no, I don't think that's a good idea. So I woke up. I woke up the next morning. My friend said, drink loads of water, stay hydrated. So I did. I usually do. I can handle my drink, years of practice and all that. And I woke up. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm all right, no headache. So I thought, it's too early. I'm going to have a little kip. I woke up at midday with a hangover. It's like I didn't have a hangover in the morning, first thing, but I have like delayed hangover. Have you heard of delayed hangover? I woke up in the morning, had a cup of tea, and I thought, I'm just going to chill because I worked too hard. I'm going to chill. And I woke up with a headache. I mean, what's with
Yeah.
the delayed hangover? Do you know about this being a pub man yourself?
Can I have a beer, please? Have a beer, please.
What kind of Coke?
No beer. Bottle of beer, thanks. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
you
you
sounded
know,
so cute
my,
there.
I tell.
Steve, you looked so cute there. Can I please have a beer? Pretty please. I'll
Well,
be
I
a
tell
good
you
girl.
what. Well, I I tell you what's
I'll do
happened
anything
is
you want.
Christmas. Look, you wait. Now listen here, right?
I'll go on my knees, all lay flat, as you wish. I'll do anything for you. Can I have a beer, please? Please. You look so cute. Anyway, as you were
God.
saying.
What's it? At Christmas time last year, we had I had a lot of beer left over
Yeah.
and wine left over, and it hasn't run out yet. So my wife today said, "Can you hurry up and drink all this beer?" And I said, "Yeah, all right, I'll have some tonight. Don't worry." So I said to my beloved wife, "I'm gonna have one." So there you go. So, cheers.
Chin chin. And what you're drinking?
Grab a
What is that?
beer.
Which beer? There's loads of beers.
It's
What's the name?
what's the name of it? So.
Oh, yeah, I'm not big into that much. Cheers, everybody. Welcome to the, drunkards.
Oh no!
Life.
Guess what? That is not beer. That's where I put my urine in, and where I put it the other day.
Oh, Steve. Really? Really?
Anyway, right, okay, I'm gonna let you go. Welcome to Talking Life. We had about 6 minutes of it. Welcome. No, we're finished.
We're not finished. Welcome everybody to Talking Life. 7 minutes later. Delay was not my fault. I was at backstage and somebody was, stealing my identity right on live air, front of everybody, without any shame, and who happens to be the main man of Crossroads Podcast UK. Did everybody see that? I am Angela B Spragg. This is brilliant. Have you noticed that Steve didn't really want to go? He loves starting Talking Life with me. I kind of like it too, but don't tell anybody, especially not him. He'll get big-head. How are you all? I am feeling so fine right now because today I thought, and every time we have, it's been, I think, more than once. They say this is the second heat wave, right? I'm sure we've had more because this is like tropical. It's like hot country weather, really. We have the same temperature as in India and other places. It's hot. And I thought, mind over matter. I'm just not gonna let heat get to me. And this is what I did last time. I just enjoyed and worshipped the sun, and I thought, we're gonna have a good day, you and I. And I really actually enjoyed myself. I had a lovely, lovely time. And I even thought I was going to do 1 hour walk in the sun. And then I did about 20 minutes of it. And I thought, that's enough. I went to Beefeaters to have lunch. So if you did spot me in Guildford at the Beefeater with a mad hat and mad hair after I took the hat off, that was me lunching in Guildford near the Spectrum, this Beefeater. Actually, that place was so lovely and the customer service was excellent. And I wanted a little corner space. I was given a table for two. And I thought, no, I want to hide somewhere in the corner because I was making some phone calls. And so I had a lovely, lovely day. Everything is so bright and so beautiful. I was wearing sort of like a printed dress. And I thought the sky color actually matches the blue in my dress. And I thought, we've got a good coordination going on here. Like Prince Charles talks to plants, I talk to planets. I do. I wink at the sun and say, all right, mate, you're looking bright and beautiful. And the moon last night, was it last night? Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday night. The moon was so like low and full, and it was just glorious. I was walking home late evening, coming home, and I thought the moon just looks so fabulous. I mean, if the sun was he and the moon was she, what a perfect, how perfectly do they glow together? So yes, I do have an odd conversation with planets. I mean, why limit yourself with talking to plants? They're so close by. And there is a beautiful Christmas plant staring right in my face, and it's just forever growing. And my friends cannot believe that it still has red leaves, and it's gone as far. I've got bay windows, and it's almost reaching the top of the bay windows. So it's just expanding. It's a bit like my hair; it just goes in all directions. Anyway, so welcome to Talking Life. Today I was a little bit. I talk to birds. Yes, we know you do. I don't think the birds always want to talk to you, though, Steve. Cheers again. I have been very naughty and not put my Prosecco in the fridge like I said I was going to, because today was going to be a Prosecco night. But as I have a long weekend, the Prosecco surely will happen tomorrow night. I think today I will stick to gin. So I was thinking, I wasn't actually sure what I wanted to talk about today. Sometimes I am just inspired, or there are certain subjects that enter my mind, and I take note of those topics and I expand, elaborate on that. And they normally are just like my poems. All my topics are based on real events. This is not something that I read in the textbook and dictate. All of my experiences that I have shared, they are either personal experiences or personal learnings, or I am working and assisting someone. And everything obviously is, confidential. There are people of the long past, people of the short past, people I'm presently associated with helping. So I, combination of all of my experiences and learnings, I share them with you in the format where it doesn't infringe confidentiality of any individuals. So I hope you are enjoying the sun, and if it's too hot for you, please find yourself ways to hydrate and keep cool. But it is mind over matter. I do have, I sometimes, if I start thinking, oh, I feel really hot, I actually start feeling really hot. So I say to myself, no, I'm not going to be hot today. I am just going to be just fine. This planet works with me, for me, and I flow with it. So I just like a little challenge just to cope. This is just one of my coping mechanisms. So everything is, if not everything, a lot of it is mind over matter. No matter how weak you think you may be, you will find a strength from somewhere in your body, mind, or soul, whatever, to conquer that if you just focus on that. Because people forget how magical our own bodies are. So yes, thank you, Steve, for putting that on the bar here. If you do have any questions, please send your questions, and thank you for everybody who's listening. I hope you're all doing okay. Everybody who's drinking, chin chin, I wish you all have a wonderful weekend. So we'll start with our topic today. The reason why I wanted to talk about this particular topic, because sometimes I choose the subjects like when they keep recurring in the week, and I feel like the universe is trying to tell me, talk about this. So I was, the whole every day of the week, I was thinking, there is something I want to talk about, but I couldn't quite connect with a topic. But actually, if you think about it enough, the topic is already there. And sometimes I want to share so much, I lose myself in all the beautiful experiences that I want to share with you. But this particular topic actually came to me today. And yesterday I was thinking, I'm still not sure what I want to talk about today, you know? And I don't normally struggle with it, but I do like to feel like talk about a topic that comes from within rather than just conjuring up a topic. I'm very, I'm not emotionally driven person, but I like to fully connect with topic. So heart, mind, soul, whichever way you want to look at it. So I have been helping 2, 3 individuals, probably about 4 individuals over the past few weeks. And one person let me down. I was actually quite offended by their act. And it's not often I would get annoyed. I don't actually get annoyed. But when somebody really pushes the buttons, you really have to stamp on it, because sometimes you not reacting means that it is okay for that person to carry on. So I I am very aware of my environment. I'm very aware, like, I don't want anybody uh, toxicating my, stress-free environment. So I'm very reluctant sometimes to react, and I try to think, okay, is this getting too much? Why are you thinking about this so much? Why is it affecting you so much? I question and question before I take the next step, because I do have this habit of speaking too bluntly, and I have caused hurt. Um, and sometimes I don't care, because sometimes bluntness is needed. So, but sometimes when a person who is much younger than you, almost half your age, it is perhaps not a good idea to be so blunt but delicate in delivering your message, because that person thinks so highly of you. That person is like, thinks you are the coolest person ever. So if you are too blunt with the person who thinks the world of you, is you are almost gonna affect their not mood, but when we look up to somebody, then you don't want to damage how how they see you, because obviously you inspire them in some way. So people who look up to you, who are inspired by you, you have to be that much more careful and take care in your bluntness. And I always try to not try. I do. I am always honest, and honesty always is gonna hurt if it's not, for um, if it's not to praise you, it is gonna hurt. And but take care that in your delivering the message, that you're not hurting people who are inspired by you. So I had to deal with that. And today I dealt with that, and I felt really good. And it was wonderful the way a conversation I really wanted to stop. I was having a perfect day and I really wanted to say, listen, Missy, this is where you made a mistake, and I was so pissed off with you. And I thought, no. Because I really had to unwind my hurt. But really, that person is much younger and ignorant of the pain that they have caused, and they need to learn. So, how do you put your emotions aside and be the bigger person? Not not always easy, but then that is also building your character, building your, you know, not building, but that is you evolving. Every time you learn, you evolve. So, what is my topic about today? You may wonder. After listening to Around the Houses story, my story is this: when do you lose your superpowers? By which I mean, we are all born with it, are we not? And I don't mean full able bodies, because some of the what we regard as disabled individuals are the happier, the most contented individuals. Some of the disabled people that I work with have IQ so high that their brain can't cope, and so they come under the categories of autisms and certain other labels. So we have, number of labels from day one, really. But when I talk about where is your what happened to your superpower, what I mean to say is we're all born with it. We have, if you think about it, if you take it to the very, very basic, we evolved inside a womb of a woman, and we can hear everything, feel everything. We are absorbing everything, good, bad, and the ugly. We are absorbing everything. If that alone isn't superpower, I don't know what is. And when we, exit the room, we take the breath and we grow every day. And we are, if you really just take a moment and just close your eyes and just think back, and I really mean it. I do, I do mean it. Just wherever you are, just close your eyes for a moment. Or just be still. Just be still. And just remember the early stages of your childhood. Most of you would have had a normal, brilliant, exuberant, happy childhood, playfulness. You may have had loads of friends and you've just had wild times, and on the playgrounds you got pushed around and you got up and you didn't cry because there was a bit of blood on your knees or something. You just got up and you just started running around. Who cares about the pain? I need to carry on with my game. Just take a moment. How outrageously courageous we were when we were children. And to me, that's super. And I was actually listening to a conversation today while I was driving to Guildford, and the conversation amongst friends happened. She's like, "Oh, I couldn't go up the ladders anymore. I remember height wasn't an issue." And there's me trying to listen to my music and the conversation going behind me. And this guy, "Oh, no, can't do it now. Can't do it now." And I was almost like, that topic was lingering around my head the whole week, but it's only today the penny dropped that today I actually want to talk about this. It's like we are actually quite strong. As children, we must have fallen over God knows how many times, and usually we don't blink an eyelid. You know, you look at how we just mishandle ourselves and we throw ourselves about and we run down the stairs so fast and we fall over bikes and we jump over fences and we run so fast. This compared to when we reach adulthood, surely everything we are doing during our childhood, so by the time you reach your full body, i.e., mid-20s, most of the bodies would have fully grown. Look at the people in their mid-20s today. I don't think I would call them superhumans. Snowflakes, maybe. Superhumans, no. But I do actually have a lot of respect for school children. I think we've got the super race coming. I do feel like they need they're a little bit too unruly for my liking. But I do feel that we have the generation of today, i.e., the kids that are going schools and who are in high school and who are in universities. I think they do understand their superpower a bit more. Hence, they speak up and challenge their parents. And parents, you shouldn't be offended by that because children is not your property. Perhaps you find that idea, that concept outrageous. But we are not a property, anybody's property, including your children that have come out of your womb. You have been a channel for that soul to travel through, but you are, in no way you are their keeper almost. Or yes, you have taken responsibility to look after that child, but your job ends there, as far as I'm concerned. Detachment is one of my favorite subjects. So if you're struggling to link what the hell am I talking about, it's quite deliberate. It is quite deliberate. Are you understanding my topic that I have just started and gone around the houses? When do you lose your superhuman power? The reason for that topic is because most people, most human beings are controlling, are they not? Our parents want us to perfectly control us and do provide everything neat and tidy so that your children will just be perfectly groomed and perfectly formed in every shape and form. And when kids turned out to be unruly, you think, where did I go wrong? When you are starting to question, where did I go wrong? That means you are trying to control another human being. To me, I don't care if you're a kid, infant, adult, senior. I treat all humans of all ages exactly the same. And one of the reasons why I feel very, very strongly about controlling behavior, because most people like the concept of control and power. Hence, domestic abuse is rife. We have, domestic abuse is so common, and domestic abuse all stems from power and control. So when I ask you, when did you lose your superpower? I am asking you, who has been doing your controlling? Because I am the anomaly. Chin chin to that. I was in a perfect setting. I don't think it was arranged deliberately by my parents this way, but it happened so. But I love the no non-interventions from my parents. Both of my parents were very intelligent, very hardworking, quite rich, in financially, I mean, and they were rich in love, rich in, you know, money, love, and giving. They were rich in everything. They were both very beautiful people, very generous people, and I hold them in high regard still. I used to say they were terrible parents, but I actually have changed my opinion on that because now I think they were the best parents. Why? Because they never controlled me. They have never, never, never controlled me, and hence everybody questions, like, oh, she's so confident, shouldn't she? Where do you get this confidence from? You're so confident. I have heard that word throughout my life. Why is it that I am the way I am? Because I haven't been controlled by anybody. And how many people in the world can say that? This is why I say I am the most perfect human being, because nobody has told me what religion to follow. Nobody has told me what school to go to. Nobody has told me what subjects to choose. Nobody has told me what boyfriends to pick. Nobody's told me what's good or bad for me. It's almost like, you know, it's quite extraordinary that I have never been told what to do. Apart from a small episode that I had with my father when he was mentally poorly. And that kind of really hurt me because that was a totally outrageous behavior. But my father had a mental breakdown, and he took his anguish on me. And I couldn't understand where that was coming from because he was totally opposite to what he has been ever since I've known him. So, who is controlling you? Because whoever's controlling you has have stolen your superpower. I just want to bring that awareness about your superpowers are being controlled. Because we are great, fantastic human beings when we are not controlled. If you tell me right now, in a really bad way, I mean, I ask questions all the time. I always ask my colleagues, my friends, please advise me when I'm stepping wrong. Nobody does because I'm perfect, right? I am perfect. Rarely I get things wrong, but I would just love somebody to tell me off. So Angela, that was so messed up. I would just, oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What is it?
Angela, I think I've got something to tell you. 2 minutes past 7 o'clock, you're late, and I think at the end of the day, you know, it's totally wrong, really, totally wrong. And drinking on there, that doesn't show, of course, a good state of order, does it? Really, got your big glass, bring poked out on crossroads. I'm enjoying my Magnum now,
Let me know when you're
but there you
finished,
go.
darling.
But yes, okay. So when you say people want kind of like, you know, anyway, I've got to go. I've got to go.
No, I prefer. I'll tell you something funny. There was nobody tells me off, right? And I find it so attractive. If somebody told me off, I would just melt. There was one of my colleagues. I mean, I would just love somebody to just, because I haven't experienced this. Nobody ever tells me off. apart from one of my managers actually of late, recently. I made a boo boo, and I am the first one to say, "Okay, I made a mistake. I'm so sorry." And I am like forever feeling so bad. And this person does not like the word sorry, and I do not like the word sorry. And I kept saying, "I am so sorry." And that added annoyance. And he just went right into one. And he was saying exactly the same things that I would say, because I just think, sorry, just it's just a word. It doesn't mean anything. Everybody just misuses it, right? So he was telling me off for, saying sorry. I thought, he sounded really yummy. I thought, damn, I wish he was single. I haven't had anybody tell me off, and I just love it when somebody gets angry. I just laugh. So, if somebody wants to pick up the phone and tell me off, please do. I love to hear it. I just think, I find it so like somebody's telling me off. It was only one time my dad told me off, and I was in stitches because I left the. We were going to the church, and my dad was like, every time it's last minute, "Come on, let's go, go, go." And I was always doing 2 million things, looking after everything else. And my answer to my dad was, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah. Have you done this? Yeah, 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 yeah." Because I got tired of asking the same question. So this time we were going to the church, and I left a pot. I think it was like a rice or something that was cooking on it on a slow heat. And my dad's like, I'm like, before even answer, listening to the entire question, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." And when we came back from the church, the house was smoky. We thought the house has been burnt, but luckily, because it was on slow heat, and we just opened all the doors and window, and the smoke is just whooshing past. We don't know what was happening, but it was just white smoke. There was no fire, thank goodness. And my dad's like really angry. And I just went into giggles because he's never told me off before. And I'm laughing because now I can't control my giggles, obviously, So I'm laughing, and my dad's getting really annoyed, and I'm like giggling even more. Anyway, I shall never forget that moment. And one of our neighbours, she's like, "Angela, I think you should stop laughing now." And she's like, "Oh no, she's just a bit nervous, She's trying to speak on my behalf. Anyway, totally deviating from the subject. But I do like strong individuals. I love powerful human beings. I love people who believe in everything they say, and believe and walk the walk and talk the talk, not just talk the talk, but walk it. I love it. I love powerful women. I love powerful men. And I love naughty kids. I just think they're just glorious. Now, isn't that beautiful? When we are not controlled, we become superhumans. Be with somebody who is going to lift you, not belittle you. Be with individual who you can just completely trust to be yourself. I am so fortunate. I am so blessed, I tell you. And I'm not just boasting about this. I am utterly humbled in this life because I have come across some of the most amazing superhumans, and they have loved me and cared for me and have been my family. And I have experienced the most courageous and incredible love and that incredible experience while they have been with me. Some of those individuals have passed on, but As soon as you start to control a human being, you are basically starting the detachment process. If you really want the best for the person, or if you really want somebody to fall in love with you, don't control them, because they will give themselves to you. It's as simple as that. Do not doubt, do accept the other human being, whether they're your friend, relative, partners, bed buddies, whatever, whatever, accept that person as an amazing human being, as they are, and they will love you unconditionally. And I have been so fortunate to have experienced that more than one time. More than one time. I've experienced that a few times. Some people have lost out because they weren't on the same wavelength. Some people have terribly lost out because they were completely in the wrong wavelength. And I gave them a chance and they were hopeless and I detached. But the loss is theirs, not mine, I'm sure. But the loss is always both ways, isn't it? Because we're here to assist and love one another. The loss is always both ways. Love is always both ways. Sadness is always both ways. Breaking of the hearts is always both ways. We live in a universe, yin and yang. There isn't just one way. If you are going to control somebody, somebody will control you. If you everything you do and say has a reaction. Everything you do has a reaction. So when I've asked you to take a moment and to reconnect with your superhuman, what did you experience? Have you questioned yourself to say, what happened to me? And this is very, very important. I will be adding this section in particular in the book I'm writing. And I need a lot of time because that book has a lot of meaning. And this will definitely be in it. Sometimes we don't actually know that we are being controlled. We don't actually know that we are we've just turned the tap on and our super abilities are slowly dripping out into the wasteland. And I'll give you a prime example. I am not your typical candidate of somebody who experiences domestic abuse, and I have experienced financial abuse, emotional abuse. Emotional abuse was so deep that it just jolted the foundations of my very being. I didn't actually realize that I had lost so much of my confidence. I was working with a client. Cheers. And this client became one of my closest persons. And I was helping them with the tremendous child abuse they experienced. And as I was helping that individual, I realized actually that individual is helping me. We both, although different pains, we both had same type of personality, same kind of background, same sort of excuse me, wants and needs. We were very similar. And actually, I realized how much I have let my superhuman go. And it was that client who said to me, Angela, I've known you for years. You you have no idea how how much your confidence has declined. And I wasn't even aware. I didn't even know that I've lost my powers. I've lost, suddenly I was comfort eating. So I knew things are not right. I was gaining a stone every year. Every year I was gaining a stone. And I was going dress sizes. Every year I'll be 2 dresses up. And I started to wear, I was always in dresses, i.e., I was always, usually, most of my 30s were in dresses and high heels. And suddenly I started to wear flat shoes, baggy clothes to hide the excess fat I was carrying. During my younger years, I was so frightened of getting big that I, religiously ate less and gained stretch marks instead because my body wanted to shoot. But I starved myself because I was so frightened of getting large. And then in my 30s, I got so large. I was so frightened of looking so ugly. It was like I was so frightened of looking so humongous. It was so bizarre. And I was the only person who tried controlling me was my stepmother, and she would not let me eat. She starved me because she didn't want me fat in the family. So there was like some kind of fat thing happening in the family when I did stay with her for 2 years, and it traumatized me, and I left. I left the house and moved in with my grandma and my aunt. So it took me, um, it was in my late 30s, I realized how much of my super strength have diminished. And it took a client to point it out to me, Angela, I know you're helping me, but actually, he was helping me, he said. Or she said. So, what my topic was, do you know when you've lost your human strength, the super being that you were when you were that, in your kiddies age, you were running around and not a care in the world. In your 20s, you were just a total rebel, and you could take on the world. And in your 30s, what happened? In your 40s, what happened? In your 50s, why aren't you happy? Why aren't you the super being that you were? What happened to you? So we will continue that dialogue perhaps in the next episode, because this is my speciality, if you like. I my coach title is self perspective. I'm a self perspective coach. Sometimes we don't see what everybody else is seeing. I help you to see another trajectory, another thought, and reconnect you with another thought. So when other people are controlling you, you are allowing that control to take place, and you are allowing your superhuman abilities to escape you. Control only happens when we allow it, and that only happens when we don't actually know who we are, when we don't connect with ourselves, when we don't know what I want. You just follow the rest of the world. You just follow the fashion. You follow the labels. You follow the, you know, designers. You follow celebrities. You follow all the riffraffs, as far as I'm concerned. Why not follow you? You are an amazing individual, why don't you start your own trend? Connect with yourself. And, you know, who are you? I love who I am. I love who I am. And I hope one day you will get to where I am, if not higher. And that is all for today. And I would like to continue this topic because it's very, very close to my heart. And this is something that I can never talk about it enough. So if you do have any questions, if you did get a gist of what I am trying to deliver, I hope you have understood. Don't let anybody control you. Once you allow somebody to control you, you lose your powers. Have a wonderful weekend. Let's have some questions if there are any. And let's ask another super incredible Mr. Beer. Ask me a question. What do you think of that, Steve?
Um, I think you're right. I think, it's a powerful message that you took out. I think, at the end of the day, we live in an obesity world, don't we? You were talking about being large, being big, and everything, but we do now live in the obesity world, I'm afraid. And people's got to accept, people's got to accept, who you are, and we all model ourselves from other people. People want to be like Katie Price or Shirley Bassey Shea or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's yourself, isn't it, really? So it comes down to yourself. Be yourself,
Yes.
not be other people.
Yeah.
So to me, that was really good. Let me get onto some questions because we have got some questions here. Um, Robin, all the way from Canterbury. Hi, Steve. Would it be possible to say hello to my mum's birthday today? Hello. She's 80. Yes, well done. My dad is 81 on Sunday. So brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Could you
Mom.
ask yeah. Could you ask Andrew this question? Um, what do we do about controlling people? It's like having them controlling people are like puppeteers. They always put on our strings. That looks like yeah.
Yeah. What do we do about how? What do you mean? Is it applicable to you or the other people? How do we stop? We simply do not control anybody. Controlling
When
comes in
people
many
control
forms.
us, yeah, I think
No,
what she's saying is,
don't allow that control to happen. If somebody is being manipulative, it depends first of all what your relationship is with them with you is. If it's your lover, then you will be talking at a different level because your lover may be using, you know, different strategies uh, to manipulate your behavior and get what he or she wants, right? If it's your friend, it could be the same. You know, some friends don't want you to be friends with others, or because you've fallen out with one, that means you have to fall out with that. You know, there are a number of examples. So it depends what the actual scenario that you may be talking about. I'm happy to discuss this privately if you wish. But
mm,
whatever, people can only control you if you actually know who you are. And once you know who you are, you will know that you will not deter from that. You will not manipulate, you will not be manipulated. I have boundaries about me. When that boundary is breached, I let that person know, by the way, this will not happen again. And if it happens again, you cut that person off, you know, or you become distant. If you don't, you know, I like to be civilized with everybody. So people who are in my close circle means I speak about whatever. because there are no holds bar. We talk about everything. We have 100% trust. But people that you can't trust, they come in the outer
Yeah.
circle, So it works like that. So it just depend on your
Yeah.
scenario.
Okay. Graham is saying, a while my best friend who I've known for 14 years actually stole off me some money. As a Christian, I've been taught to how to forgive, but sometimes it's very difficult, especially when they keep doing it. What do you say, Stephen or Angela? Right. You can go first, Angela.
Thank you, Steve. I have personal experience in that. People can steal from you directly or indirectly. It doesn't matter. Some people will manipulate uh, their behavior to get the money or steal, whichever way. The concept is the same. Again, um, it's good that you are aware, okay, but you have to set some boundaries to make sure that doesn't happen again. So, if that person is stealing from you, if he's directly stealing from you, you have to challenge. You have to ask. And if a person who breaches that trust, um, you cannot continue with that friendship. Surely, that is my instant thought. But friendships are complex, so it may not be so easy. I'm very, very black and white on that. I slice people out of my life very quickly because trust and my emotional health is extremely important. I was having this conversation today that my there is a good friend of mine. She has everything, money, properties, everything, but her biggest thing is stress, and she stresses about everything. So I always say, nothing's going to kill you. It's the stress. Keep stressing. You'll be dying soon. You know? So it's, to me, what's important to you? 100% trusted friendship or people who are going to steal off you? They're not your friends. So you have to either create a distance or cut them off. That's my advice. Steve,
Yeah. Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
your
I would.
thoughts?
I think I'd do. No, I think I'd do that same. I've had that as well, and I think I've even lent money to people and saying that they get some food, but they end up getting alcohol or cigarettes. So what I do now is, if people ask me, we give them food. We kind of like we sort that out. But no one will steal off me no more. I've made my mistake. But at the end of the day, soon they steal off me. I won't cut them off. I will, or not be friends with them no more. But they won't be in my mind. They won't be around me. I
They
will
won't be
kind
in
of
your
say
inner
hi and
circle.
forget.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, they'll be in my inner circle now. No, they
yeah.
they they will not, definitely. And you shouldn't be stealing off people anyway, especially people who are your friends or people who you love. That is just disrespectful. Anyway, I go, guys. We got to go. We have got some wonderful people on tonight. We have got the quite Angela Shaw just taking over, yeah. We got the wonderful Alan Whitehead. You probably know him from Molly. Ole, ole, do onward. He's on at 9 o'clock, and he's just got married to a gorgeous Thai girl. So I'll be going on in a
No.
minute and wind him up. I got
Oh,
the Thai. And also later on, we got Angela, another beautiful Angela. We got Angela Johnson all the way from USA, and she is fantastic on the piano. And she at 10 o'clock tonight, she will be giving us a concert and everything.
oh,
On her music. So brilliant. So look out for that for Friday night. Angela, thank you so much. That was
thank
really
you,
good.
Steve.
Brilliant.
Thank you, everybody,
All
and
right.
thank you for your interactions. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next Friday at 7.
Bye.